Josh, great to see you. And what a fantastic stadium this is. Sometimes I forget what a great venue it is, being here every day and watching matches every other week. But how does this compare to some of the venues you've commentated at?
Well, it's fantastic. There's history here. You can just tell. And I'm with you. I mean, when I'm at a stadium in the States, you walk across the field and it kind of becomes old hat. You're used to it, and you don't get that tingly feeling like you did when you were a kid or when you first had the job. So yeah, I'm seeing it with 9-year-old or 10-year-old boy eyes right now. So I'm just a big smiley guy. And, I would assume you're not jaded because it's still a great job and all of that. But yeah, sometimes you forget to tingle when you're here every day.
Just tell us what you do for a day job then.
Oh boy, day job. Well, I broadcast two sports. I do baseball for the New York Mets on the East Coast of the United States. I do the San Diego Chargers NFL football out on the West Coast. So, and I live right in the middle in Dallas. So it's a long, convoluted story. But yeah, so baseball and American football are two very, very different sports. Baseball is leisurely and pastoral, and it's a real anecdotal storytelling medium. And American football is quite the opposite. It's, a lot of guys just bashing each other at high speeds, and it's very intense, and it's only once a week, whereas baseball is every day.
When you're talking about baseball and American football, I know you do a bit of basketball as well, don't you? It's the things you have to be wary of, and it's very different to soccer, isn't it? In the sense that the intensity can be different.
Yeah, and the thing about soccer, which is a sport that I played a little bit in high school, but have never really announced at the professional level, it's such a rhythm sport, and that's why listening to you and the other great announcers over here, it's almost poetry, and I really admire that because it really is ebb and flow and crescendo and decrescendo, and there's an art to that, and you do it very well.
You got any sort of favorite players or people who stand up?
I mean, Gabby was the guy that I first a couple of years ago was like, ooh, I think we got something here. Delph for sure. A few years ago, Ashley Young was my guy. And people tell me I look facially like Lowton. I kind of had a little bit of allegiance, a kinship, because we have like the Roman nose or whatever it is that we both got working. But Benteke, obviously, the last 2 years has really emerged as a favorite. He's such a magician.
Not a bad doppelganger, is he, Matty Lowton? He won't mind you. I think mine's Neil Patrick Harris, by the way. Would you say, yeah? But was it How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, he's quite famous, and but you've definitely got that look. I think it's good.
But yeah, we talk Villa, we talk I called it soccer then, by the way. I'm spending too much time with you because it's football to us, of course. And there are so many fabulous venues, but there aren't many better than Villa Park. And I think you probably agree with that. I mean, and you I'm sure, have commentated on some of the finest stadia in the States.
Yeah, this reminds me very much in the baseball parlance. We have Wrigley Field in Chicago, Fenway Park in Boston. They're just kind of, older, stately stadiums, not a lot of flash and pizzazz and brand new this and brand new that. Although you guys have painted this old girl up very nice. I mean, I really like how it looks, but I like how it feels. The grounds are great, the stadium is beautiful, and hopefully a good result too.
Just thinking about how you'd set the scene then in your style, I'd be talking about the flags flapping vigorously above the Doug Ellis stand, the immaculate playing surface, bit of a gloomy afternoon, the stewards just getting into their seats. That's how we build it. Let's put you on the spot. What would you be talking about?
Well, the first thing I would for football especially, we do a very big, American football, we do a very big send-up, the whole You Are Looking Live, here we are, and, Villa against Chelsea, one team that has everything going forward, another team trying to find its stride. On an afternoon that cries out for offense. Let's see if indeed the Villa boys can get this done. You're
big on stats, aren't you? And some people say about statistics, the only stat that matters is the score at the end of the day. But obviously, a broadcaster needs that in their armoury when you've got a bit of a quiet moment, just to give a bit of context.
Yeah, context is absolutely right, and in baseball especially, because there's so much downtime. It's a 3-hour game, and the ball's actually being moved around maybe 7 minutes out of 3 hours. So you really have to have stories to tell and statistics to back up what you're talking about. Football, to a lesser extent, American football is weird to announce because there'll be a quick burst of action, and then exactly 25 seconds of nothing. So you're really just kind of a talking bookmark doing American football. You know, it's third down, 7 yards to go from the 42-yard line. This guy set out wide to the left, he's wide to the right. It's a handoff to this guy. He goes over left tackle for 4, and then you just shut up. You know, so but baseball is definitely a big statistical medium.